My brothers, there's three choices in front of you. The first is to do what many men do and numb and escape in the various ways we can do so. The second is not a great option either. We can give up, run away from our problems. And the third, the option I'm hoping you're ready to do, is to determine that you will rise above these problems, that you'll face them and overcome them. My name's Austin Ellis. I'm a husband, I'm a father, I'm a son of God, and I also happen to be a therapist, a trauma therapist, an addiction therapist, a couples therapist. And I've spent the past 10 years learning to help others overcome and rise to who they are meant to be. Now, I want you to take a minute and I want you to think about these past 10 years. I want you to look at what you've been through, the ups, the downs. I want you to think about where you are now. Maybe some parts of your life are really good. Maybe some parts are really challenging. Maybe it's all over the place. But I want you to ask yourself, what if 10 years ago I took 60 days to gather my strength, to make a commitment and to create a plan for the next decade, and you started to implement daily practices based on principles of growth and strength and empowerment? And if you made that decision 10 years ago, where would you be today? Think about it. How many of you are still struggling with some of the same challenges you faced 10 years ago? Whether it's behavior, maybe some negative limiting beliefs, maybe it's your emotions, you can't get in charge of that anxiety or that anger. Now, I myself have been there. 10 years ago, my wife was pregnant with our firstborn son. I was excited and super scared, right, to be a new dad. I also was deep in an addiction that my wife didn't know about, which she found out about pretty soon before the birth of our first son. And I had a failing business, no money. My son was born and my wife had to go back to work and I was at home with him. And there's a lot of shame of not being able to provide for my family the way I was meant to. But I decided I'm not going to be a beat. I'm not going to lose this woman I love and this new baby. So I decided to go and become a therapist. I decided I'm going to figure out how to overcome this addiction. I'm going to figure out how to be the man I want to be, the father I want to be. I'm going to learn to take better care of my wife's heart, repair the damage that I caused through my lies and my betrayals. Little did I know how many ups and downs that would be. Over the course of the last 10 years, I can tell you that there's nothing you're facing that can't be overcome. Now, some of you know that you have chronic challenges. You know that they're going to be there in the future. What if you can handle them better? And I'll tell you that there's many things that you probably think you can't overcome that I'm telling you you can. I've seen this with hundreds of men, hundreds of women, hundreds of couples who take back their lives, take back their marriages. And one of the cool things about this challenge, which I'm excited to tell you about, is in 60 days you can do honestly what a lot of men don't do in several years of therapy. How do I know this? I stepped away from being the director of a clinic a couple years ago because I knew there was a better way. You see, I had made a lot of progress in my own journey, but it had taken a lot of money and a lot of effort, and a lot of the people I was seeing just didn't have the time or the money to do what needed to be done. So I decided it's time to step back and figure out a better way. And I took 2 years to look at all these different things I learned, all these things that were working for me and my wife, working for my clients. Tried to figure out how do we condense them and get to the core of what's most important. And I'll tell you about this a little more later, but we created a 4-day event, an intensive for men we call Rise Week. It's been one of the most empowering and profound programs that men in some of the most devastating situations have faced, and they've come back with new men, connected to who they are, confident and ready to face their challenges and rise above them and stop struggling with the same struggles. Now, the success of this has been amazing, but again, it's so limited to how many people we can help. So this Rise Challenge was created to take those principles from Rise Week and spread them out over an 8-week process that helps you connect to who you are. Now, some of you believe some pretty messed up things about yourself. You think who you are is an addict. I've been there. You think who you are is worthless, not good enough. You're filled with shame. I can tell you that there's a warrior inside. There's a man that's meant to be a king, to live in his house confident, receiving respect. There's a man who is able to lead his wife and his children in love. Now, some of you watching this, you've lost your marriages, you haven't been married yet. That's okay, this challenge is for you as well. Because what we're after here is core principles that awaken your masculinity, tap you into your confidence, and eliminate your limiting beliefs. We conquer those. Right, so many of us, we believe something negative about ourselves. What if we can gain this deep knowledge and experience it from deep in our core, who we are and who we're meant to be, and we have a vision for our life. So there's a new decade upon you, my friend. There's an opportunity. 60 days can make 2020 a year you take back your life and change everything. 2020 can set you up for a decade where when you look 10 years from now, everything you ever wanted is there. You can grow into the man you want to be. You can create an amazing marriage. I can tell you there's much, much more love and closeness and intimacy that woman of yours has to give to you if you can create safety and trust. Those children that you love, you can empower them to know who they are and to grow into the people they're meant to be. They can respect you and admire you, and you can feel satisfied that you came through. And your career, your finances. What if you're so confident in yourself, not cocky, but you're confident, that you know that, hey, I can learn new things, I can gain new skills. I may not be where I want to be financially yet or in my career, but I can take these steps that get me where I want to go. My goal, my friends, is to paint the vision with you, to help you see what's at the top of the mountain, and to create a path to get there. I want you to think, what's your fears, what's your concerns? Austin, you don't know my situation. Guess what, my friend, I probably do. Day after day after day after day, men and women come into my office and they tell me the most horrific stories you can imagine. One of the things that impresses me is their willingness to say, I'm in this spot here that I don't want to be in. I'm willing to get help, and I'm willing to take steps to grow. Now, some of you will say, Austin, it's not that bad. It's actually pretty good. Guess what? This challenge is for you too. It's built in a way that wherever you are, it can help you get to the next level. This isn't theory, this isn't ideas, this is principles. Principles that work, based in spirituality, based in neuroscience. Okay, the best of what we know about human growth and human change is here. Think how many of you have spent a long time of your life looking backwards, trying to get away from the things you don't want in your life. Very rarely looking forward to where you're going. This challenge will take account of where you are. We'll take a look back at where you've been. But most importantly, we're going to make a commitment to where we are going and gain the confidence that we can walk that path. If this sounds good to you, I want you to click over and sign up. Now, this challenge, I'm really excited about this offer because as a therapist, I'm limited in how many people I can see. I've had the opportunity to train other therapists, which expands my reach a little bit. But I'm really excited to have a challenge, a product, a program that can reach hundreds and hundreds of men. You all know other men who need something that empowers them. So what I did is I decided instead of helping a few people at a small price, a few people at a large price, I want to help a lot of people at a much lesser price. So this challenge, $47. Okay? If you came and saw me, I would want to see you and your wife together first. I'd want to see you individually, and then I would want to see her individually. Okay? That alone is $600. If you saw me, just you, not your wife, not as couples, but just you saw me as your therapist once a week for 50 minutes for 8 weeks, it costs you $1,600. Now, a lot of the people I work with are in pretty devastating situations, and what would happen in our clinics is he would need therapy, she would need therapy, couples therapy, group therapy for her, group therapy for him, and they'd be literally spending thousands of dollars each month. You will get all that same stuff for $47, condensed into an 8-week challenge. And one of the cool bonuses is the things that I teach couples, the things that I do when I work with couples together, the things that I do at Rise Week. One of the most valuable things, because I've spent thousands of hours with wives, they have taught me what they need from their husbands to feel safe, to feel trust, to want to be intimate both emotionally, sexually, and spiritually. And I'm going to share all those things with you. So during the course of this challenge, we're going to have some special bonus trainings that we're going to put in the Legion library, which you'll have access to for 6 months. I'm super excited for you to be here. Now, this challenge is you against you. I won't push you to open up about your past. If you want to, awesome. If you want to take that step. But we're not so much focused on your past. We're focused on healing it so it no longer gets in the way of your present day. We are after eliminating your fear. Now, I was a scared man. High insecurity, so afraid that my wife was going to leave me, so afraid that I'd never be able to become better. I don't carry that fear anymore. I know who I am, and I know who you are. I've seen enough men wake up and grab hold of their confidence to know, without even talking to you, that there's something inside of you that is strong, that is courageous, that has the ability to turn things around and go to the next level. So, my friends, I'm excited to join this Rise Challenge with you and participate as we grow together as brothers. I hope to see you January 1st.